Welcome to Tube Talk, presented by Instant Discussions.
What?
Yeah.
Sponsored by them.
Yeah.
Right in my pants.
Brought to you by the wonderful folks at Instant Discussions. But this has nothing to do with Instant Discussions because it has nothing to do with Netflix,
Nope.
which we're not sponsored by also.
Nope.
We're sponsored by
has nothing to do with.
Twinkies.
This actually does have to do with YouTube, though.
Yeah.
Kind of, which we are
Kind of.
affiliated with in some
One
way.
of the
Read.
best movies of the year, I'd say.
Jesus, so good.
This is the blockbuster hit of the millennium, Kung Fury. Kung Fury.
Or as the Germans call it.
They don't call it Kung
Oh.
Fury.
Okay.
Another Kickstarter.
Yeah, this movie
Yeah,
was,
it was
another
Kickstarted.
Kickstarter movie.
I'm kind of upset. I was reading on it that if they got $1 million, they're going to make a full feature film.
But if $1 million, but they did not get that. But this was still fun for that. Another thing is, I don't think this film would have suffered if it was feature length, but that is a concern sometimes when you get a good comedy like this. The condensed can sometimes help that.
It can, but I can just see, I mean, him going through time, he just could have gone to other places.
Sure. And then build
And
up a
then-
bigger team.
Yeah,
But
build a bigger team.
$630,000. So they got a nice hefty budget with it. You can see all of that budget on the screen. It's almost entirely done with CGI.
Yeah.
So the guy who created this, who's the director David Sandberg, who also wrote it and stars in it as Kung Fury, did a great job just putting all of that crazy CGI in this. So this one, it's just been blowing up. When did it debut?
Like a few days.
Yeah, it was like a week ago.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It
Probably by the time this
premiered
releases a week
at the Cannes Film Festival on May 22nd, and then showed on the El Rey Network, which is Robert Rodriguez's TV network, on May 28th.
I think in the first day I looked at it, like it had like 4.5 million views, 5 million views on YouTube.
That's about it. Yeah, you sent it to us. You're like, you got to watch this. And around the same time that you sent it to me, I was seeing all these, like a bunch of other people started posting on Facebook. They're like, Kung Fury is online. This is amazing. I just saw Kung Fury. This is the greatest thing ever. I'm thinking, how can this possibly? This cannot live up to the hype that I'm hearing with this.
And then you watched it.
And then I watched it, and
It's
it was
so good.
badass.
I already know what my favorite part is.
So, right away for me, the feeling that I got, it kind of reminded me of Sin City.
Yes.
The way right when he flips the skateboard and the car just flips around.
I think one of the reasons it reminds me a lot of Sin City is because of the complete CGI world. Because Sin City all shot in front of green screen, all done post.
Yeah.
So they can get that crazy comic book feel to it. And they did the same sort of thing with this, though this was spoofing 80s action movies.
And 80s video games, 80s everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaking they had the glove.
The Power Glove.
The Power Glove. I looked it up online. That's the bootleg version, too.
Not
The
even
PAX bootleg Power Glove.
Nice.
And he did a great job. He didn't go over him too much. He didn't go under. He was a perfect amount of just 80s.
Yes. I also think that, did you get the sense that I got on this, that a lot of the audio was overdubbed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Redubbed,
It was just
definitely.
off by like a millisecond.
Yeah, just enough to be...
like
No,
Odin.
that's totally
That's what it had to be.
No, that's totally great.
Yeah.
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 Fantastic.
This is one of those things that it's every so often I'll see a movie that I get mad that I see it because it's one that I would have wanted to make and made in a style that I would have wanted to made it.
Yeah, no, that's what I
Now,
thought
it's definitely
right when I
done
finished
better than I could do because I do not have the CGI talent that this guy has. But it's that same way of like the time traveling, the overdub, hitting all of the right
feel
elements.
of it, the timing. Like for instance,
The pacing
he
was
did
perfect.
the tracking. Tracking just enough. Like if you would have done it a couple more times, you'd have been like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah, you
It's not
couldn't
funny
take it anymore. But it was
he did the perfect.
and it was
amount
also
of,
in all of the key scenes in the fight scene that explain how you get to the next step.
yeah.
It's just nope, get here.
I like when he's fighting the arcade box,
Yeah.
and then it just skips around in like the fight.
Yeah.
Now the arcade box, when I first saw that, I was thinking this has to be a guy in an arcade suit because that's how I would do that. And then I'm thinking like, there's so much of the CGI on there, so I couldn't tell if it was like it. I don't know if it was a mix of CGI and live
Well, I know
action.
that there
on
was
that.
like a behind the scenes shot where I saw a Triceracop and how they did that.
Okay.
Where it was a guy
Triceratops just like
in the full costume, but in his head was just had the little
The dots
Markers
over
on
the,
it, yeah.
the
Okay.
replacement. That makes sense. That's how you'd have to do that.
At least that's how they did it with Triceracop.
I'm sure because they had. I think they had to have a guy being.
What did he say? I was really surprised when he said something like, "Oh, my ass like a fag with Viagra." I was really surprised that they said fag.
Yeah, the
Might have missed
detective,
that
the
one.
Chief.
yeah.
Okay.
I was really surprised by that.
Well,
But
I mean,
it was
80s though.
Yeah,
No,
it
it's
was
80s,
the
but
perfect
just because
cliche
you don't
in that.
hear
No, but
the cliches like that anymore.
Yeah, so those
I'm
lines
very
are pulled
happy
right out of the 80s.
that was in there.
But there's
because
also plenty of anachronisms in there too.
I remember Beverly Hills Cop 2, where the chief says, "Axel, quit it! You're making my dick itch."
Yeah.
And like, there are some really ridiculous things that the police chief say, and it's just like, what the fuck?
I like a lot of the one-liners and the delivery of them
Oh my God.
when he's like questioning the one-line
Yeah.
puns as he's saying them. I can't remember all of them.
One
but
thing I
it's
didn't
so great.
understand was, and I didn't like, was how Hitler shot through the phone.
That was the
ruined it
best
for me.
part of the movie.
You know,
It was totally unrealistic.
I was dying.
this is how phones work.
laughing so hard. Best fucking part.
The only things that were weird
my
on that for me
God.
was I couldn't tell if the bullets were coming out of the speaker and not the microphone end of it, because he shot into the microphone end, which is correct. He
Yeah.
would shoot into the microphone end. But then the other thing,
somehow is logic
but I know
to
for
this.
sure at the end when Kung Fury, or when they shoot the phone,
Yeah.
they shoot the speaker end of the phone on their end rather than the microphone end, and they don't show the repercussions
And
on
what
that
that
on the
bugged
other
you?
end, what that does. But because hitting into the speaker wouldn't logically send it to them. You'd have
I
to
see.
shoot
You know-
into
you know
like
what?
Hitler was shooting into the microphone part.
bet
You
David-
need to shoot in the microphone
I
part.
bet David Sandberg specifically did that because then there'd be people like you arguing the logic.
That's what it had to be. But also, he didn't show him getting shot by that bullet. So it's possible that they just shot the phone to kill the phone line and didn't go through.
Yeah.
So
No, it
but
went
logic's got to be there,
It
man.
went through.
So this whole
so
thing was just like nonstop different feels all the way through.
Yes.
Like you start off with the fighting, then you start off and it's a beautiful world with like the Odin and stuff. And then all of a sudden you have these two German guys just having a conversation about mustaches. Like there's not one point where you're bored at all.
Yeah.
It's nonstop and
love the
they change it
mustache
up a
talk.
lot.
The
The
talk
mustache
so
thing
good.
was funny. It's like, are you going to cry now?
It's not an Aryan mustache. And all in German, too. It's nice.
And then all of a sudden, what happened to the tank?
Tanks.
I mean,
Oh my god.
oh, and then when he's fighting inside the big Nazi area,
Yeah.
like they have the background like it's Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Where it's just people
Yes,
running
yes,
around.
exactly.
I thought I
Oh,
loved that
God.
so much because
Yeah.
I was like, I immediately
Like-
we're watching the people in the back. They're just doing nothing.
Yeah, because they're not doing anything. So first of all, it's the wouldn't everyone be fighting after him? But then as soon as you realize that's the Street Fighter
Yeah.
kind of background, like of course they're not. It's
And
the
it's just
side
It's
scrolling.
totally just Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can I say that was one of the best fight scenes I've seen in a long
super
time?
good.
I
Really
mean,
good fight.
the way he
scene.
did like the kick, and then bring him down, and then
Yeah.
he's skateboarding on a guy.
Oh my god. Yeah. he did the kicks into the flip. Like,
Yeah.
elbow. That was so good.
And then skateboarding on him and doing the kick flips on him. And,
I hope
yeah, he
that
did, he did do the kick flip.
yeah, he did a kickflip. If this guy does not get a badass gig and make a badass movie from this, I'm gonna be so fucking upset.
this is the kind of project that you do to then get known everywhere.
Yeah, like with Batman Dead End. when
Yes.
that came out. I'm
Yes.
figuring that this is probably like the same type of thing. Just trying to get your name out there, show what you can do.
All right. The problem with this too is his name is not a link on Wikipedia, which
shit,
is
he's
surprising
serious?
to me that he's that talented and doesn't have his name as a link. So now I need to.
What about when he's talking to his partner and like there's no real backstory? He's just like, "Man, you're my best friend. You're like a father to me."
Yes.
And there's like nothing to build on really.
The slicing of him open when the tongue
Beautiful.
out of the other end.
That was so good.
Visually very well
I
done.
wonder
I
what
did
they used
expect-
to make this.
I
as
did
far as
expect
programs.
Triceracop to be killed right when he was bonding with him.
Oh yeah,
to kind of bring it cyclical with that.
Yeah. Part of me expected that, but it didn't.
This is ridiculous. That's his only credit on IMDb is Kung Fury.
Really?
He's got this account manager for a TV series that's written in German or Swedish there. Swedish. So
Bravo, David Sandberg.
crazy.
I don't know.
That's
yeah.
If he doesn't fuck a
Insanely
Swedish
impressive.
supermodel because of this, then there is no God.
like this is so ridiculous. There's no way.
So does anybody have favorite parts of this?
The phone.
Oh, the phone,
I'm not
okay.
kidding. That was my
was your
favorite
favorite
part
part?
of the movie. I was laughing so hard when that happened. It was retarded.
I think mine was actually the fight scene.
I like the first 30 minutes of it a lot, and the second 30 minutes is probably my second favorite.
It's hard to choose.
It
is hard to choose whether the first 30 is better or the second 30.
Because kind of it was amazing. This whole thing was great.
Yeah,
and then there like just random shit like was it laser raptors or whatever?
Yes,
like
laser raptors.
And then they roll in a big wolf, and then somebody has an Uzi back. And she doesn't say a date. She says it's Viking Kings.
Yes, it's the Viking Kings.
I know.
That's why they're laser raptors.
Really, really funny.
That makes sense. That's why they're laser raptors. And they've got machine guns.
This was one of the funniest things. Like, okay, so I watched this with 1, 2, 3, 4, probably like 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
Non-stop laughing.
Yeah.
This was by far one of the funniest things I've seen, probably in a couple years. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
I did not stop laughing the entire time.
It was super good.
The last time I laughed so consistently was South Park Stick of Truth.
Yeah.
It's the super good, and to get the money that it got, that's crazy amount, especially without having a track record behind him.
But now I want to see the trailer because I know
and David
it was based on a trailer.
Yeah, they had to get that to get the money.
You didn't see the trailer?
No, but I have to watch it. But
I have not seen that either.
About it.
There's like a couple things that aren't in the movie that are in the trailer, but like a couple scenes, like stuff they obviously cut when they had to shorten it down.
So it was also available on Steam. You could watch it on Steam.
It's on Steam for free.
On YouTube and on the El Rey Network.
It's everywhere. It's amazing.
And in less than 24 hours, it got 3 million views on YouTube. So bravo to them. Good job. Which means statistically, if you're watching this, you've seen Kung Fury. So
yeah.
And also, if you hadn't seen Kung Fury and you got it this far, that's ridiculous.
You're stupid.
You don't know how these things work. You're supposed to watch that first.
Be like Conan. Start recording us on your TiVo and go watch.
It's too late now.
Oh wait,
it's too late. You spoiled it. They already know.
They already know the plot.
Happens.
They're fucked.
Yeah. You can't enjoy it anymore now that we've ruined all that.
I like though that like when I've recommended this to my friends, I just go hold on, and I just make them watch the skateboard car flip thing, and then the car explode, and then I stop and I say, okay, you've got a good feel for the film now.
And what's up with
that's what you should expect.
The Hoff.
What do you mean?
That was just so random. Like I was like,
Hasselhoff will show up in anything, but
when it ends up being his voice, because you can tell if it's a voice, I was like, what the fuck? That's the Hoff.
Yeah.
And then you see the music video. If you watch that later, and David Hasselhoff singing the song and doing flips on cars.
It was great.
No, you can easily.
And he doesn't work for cheap.
Hoff to do that.
He is top notch.
Oh yeah, no, that is an A-list actor there. He only does the best stuff, like Sharknado 2.
It's a mess.
I think he's in Sharknado 3.
He needs to make more stuff. David Sandberg does. He really does.
Yeah. I'm gonna kickstart
I'm
whatever
excited.
the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah, I'm excited.
He's
for
definitely
his next film.
He's got to get work from this.
I want him to work with the.
Oh, shit. I'm that excited. See,
was it the Zuckers?
Zucker Brothers?
Yeah. Dude, they can get in a fucking project together. That'd be great.
What if I don't know why I thought it was.
I think the comedy definitely works with them. The thing is, like his
Zucker Brothers. I think they. I don't.
I think the comedy can work with them. No, yeah, but it's the thing of them producing it and then him getting behind it. The crazy thing with him is
I don't think will ruin what he's trying to do.
He's got different paths that he can go on with this. He can go on and be a writer director. He can go on and be an actor, and he can go on and be a visual effects
writer
guy.
director is the way he needs to go.
I think it is. I think he should be. I think it's appropriate that it was picked up by the El Rey Network because I see him as a Robert Rodriguez type, which is writing, directing, producing, and editing. Like doing the full, just doing everything on it is like he's got to lead his effects team on it because he's definitely got the skills there, and he knows what he's doing on writing, directing. So I want to see more from him. I want to see some feature length films. I don't think we need to see a feature length version of this because you've got everything condensed in there. You're just going to be rehashing stuff.
Yeah.
Unless there's a mini sequel.
Yeah,
I'd be down for a mini sequel.
Yeah, there's other things you could see, like another 30-minute film like this. I don't want to see like a Hollywood retake this and re-release it.
Don't touch this. Fuck you.
But just go on and make new things in it.
Put The Rock as Kung Fury.
Can we stop? Can we not just not do that? Okay. Let's just not even talk about it.
No, Hollywood's already got the idea. They already turned this off. They already greenlit it. They're working on it. It's going.
Let's not Indiana Jones this.
It's coming out next week.
Please don't Indiana Jones this.
You know what? One thing I was going to say.
Starring The Rock and Harrison Ford.
One thing I appreciated was I had a little bit of a Napoleon Dynamite feel, which I love that type of comedy. Like with the Hackmaster, when he's like, "There's no way we could ever hack." He's just like, I can do it. And it just like turns his head really slow, fixes the glasses. Hackmaster, whatever the fuck his name was.
Hackerman was...
Hackerman, yeah.
He was pretty awesome.
And then he just turns into this weird computer guy.
So super good. Yeah. Good job. Good job.
Do you want to give this rating?
Sandberg.
5 stars.
Well, here's the thing. This is YouTube. This
5
is
stars.
I know, but if we were to give this some sort of a rating,
if this was on Netflix, it'd be 5 stars.
Okay, this is the thing with YouTube. It's got very easy rating system on it.
Thumbs up or
thumbs down. There's thumbs up, and there's a share button. So you can thumbs down it, you can thumbs up it, and you can thumbs up and share it.
Yeah.
So like, is this the thing that you're gonna say? Good for you. You can also do nothing. You can just watch the video and just move along in the kind of thing. So it's, I didn't like this movie, and I'm gonna tell you I didn't like it.
I thumbed up it. I shared it with both of you personally in a message, as well as a few other people, and I also shared it on my Facebook wall saying, just don't question it. Just glue your eyes to the television set and take 30 minutes of your life and push play.
Yeah, so I think
all you have to do.
That's a like and share.
Because at the very beginning, when I first started watching it, I like looked away for a second and I missed something, and it was really great. And then from that point on, I knew, holy shit, I need to not look away.
This is a fun one to rewatch and send to others.
I've watched it 3 times.
It's like the kind of thing where you send it to other people, but also if you're like over at someone's place and you haven't seen it, let's put it on. Let's watch it right now.
Yeah, I was at a movie night Saturday night, and my friends got there late, and I had to leave. And I was like, fuck. And they didn't have access to put YouTube on their freaking TV and everything. It was
barbarians.
Barbarians, yeah.
Can't believe that.
Or I was going to stay later.
Stop hanging out with Amish people.
All right.
Yeah, so I also would say like and share.
So I give it 5 thumbs up.
5 thumbs up?
Mm-hmm.
Would you share this? You share this one too?
And shared it 5 times.
Share it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good. Yeah, so
freaking good.
Go watch that. So what are we going to watch next week? We don't really do this.
No.
All right. This is a
his
special
next film.
Yes.
Next week we'll be watching Pornhub, whatever comes up first.
You can do that. That'll be your show that you have on Pornhub. Can you do like a review show?
I'm not sure I'm okay with this.
Can you do a review
Pornhub
show
reviews.
on Pornhub?
I didn't believe that the pizza man really wanted his money.
You look into it. We'll talk about that. We'll see this show pop up again if we see another video that we like this much.
If there's something that's like that amazing, we'll pull it up again.
And we're not going to go back and do Too Many Cooks. But if you got to watch something else, watch Too Many Cooks.
Or then after you watch that unedited footage of a bear.
I guess. That would still lower down for me.
And if you want to have sex with any of us, you go ahead and send us an email.
MagicApeTV@gmail.com. That's all for time.
Butt sex.
Swipe left.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks.